Discipline doesn't fail loudly. It doesn't collapse with chaos or panic or dramatic blow-ups. That part comes later. The first crack appears quietly, right after things begin to stabilize. The equity curve flattens, losses shrink, execution tightens. Nothing is wrong. And that's exactly why discomfort starts creeping in. Humans are not wired to trust calm. We're wired to survive volatility. When life has trained you through stress, inconsistency, and emotional swings, chaos feels familiar. Familiar feels safe. Safe feels correct. So when discipline begins working, it creates a strange psychological threat, not financial, identity-based, because progress removes drama, and drama is where the ego used to live. For a long time, trading felt intense. Every session mattered. Every move felt personal. Wins validated you. Losses attacked you. That emotional engagement gave meaning. Discipline strips that away. Suddenly, you're flat more often. You trade less. Your days feel quieter. Your emotions have nowhere to attach, and that silence feels wrong. Not because discipline is failing, but because your nervous system lost its stimulus. This is the first betrayal traders don't see coming. They think discipline will feel empowering. Instead, it feels like boredom mixed with suspicion. Is this it? Why does it feel like I'm doing nothing? Am I missing something? Discipline works by removing sensation, and humans confuse sensation with progress. That's the paradox. The moment discipline starts producing consistency, the mind starts craving disruption. The brain does not optimize for long-term outcomes. It optimizes for emotional regulation in the present moment. That's the problem. Chaos keeps the brain busy. Busy feels alive. Alive feels safe. Stability removes stimulation. When discipline starts working, dopamine drops. No rush, no urgency, no, I just nailed that feeling. So the brain goes looking for friction. This is where self-sabotage disguises itself as improvement. You don't think, I want chaos. You think, I should be more aggressive. I think I'm ready to scale. I'm probably being too conservative. I don't want to get complacent. These thoughts sound responsible. They are not. They are withdrawal symptoms. Your identity learned to associate stress with competence. So when discipline removes stress, the ego interprets it as stagnation. Here's the darker truth. A lot of traders don't actually want consistency. They want validation. Consistency doesn't praise you. It doesn't spike emotion. It doesn't confirm superiority. It just repeats. And repetition is invisible. Discipline asks you to trade like your identity doesn't matter. No proving, no fixing, no reacting, just execution. That's intolerable for an ego built on outcomes. So traders introduce variables. They tweak rules, add discretion, read price more. They tell themselves they're evolving. What they're really doing is reintroducing emotional relevance. Because without emotional relevance, the ego starves. This is why discipline collapses after improvement. Failure gives the ego something to fight. Progress takes that away, and humans don't like being irrelevant to their own success. Here's what rarely gets said out loud. Some traders fail because they can't succeed without losing their identity. Their self-image is tied to being intuitive, being aggressive, being different, being built for this. Discipline doesn't care. It treats everyone the same. Follow the rules. Wait. Execute. Leave. No expression. No flair. So discipline forces a quiet question. If my results come from rules and restraint, what exactly is special about me? That question is existential, and the ego hates existential questions. So instead of answering it, traders sabotage the system. They break discipline not because they can't follow rules, but because they can't tolerate being ordinary. Professional trading is boring competence compounded, and boredom feels like death to an ego raised on intensity, so they self-destruct, not violently, subtly, one early entry, one late exit, one justified deviation. until the chaos returns, and with it, familiarity. Discipline becomes real when it no longer feels like an effort, and that's the uncomfortable part. Effort feeds the ego, silence starves it. Real discipline doesn't ask, "How do I feel today?" It asks, "What is allowed?" And that question leaves no room for self-expression. This is where most people walk away, because discipline at this level doesn't reward you emotionally. It doesn't reassure you. It doesn't validate intelligence. It doesn't respond when you want it to. It just sits there, cold, indifferent, and demands obedience. This is why discipline is not a habit. It's a decision to give up emotional authorship. You stop narrating your trading. No more. I feel locked in. I'm off today. I'm seeing it clearly. Those are identity statements. Discipline removes narrative entirely. There is only condition met or not, execution or pass. And when that starts working, something unsettling happens. Your results improve, and your sense of self disappears from the process. That's the cost. If you need trading to make you feel powerful, you'll never stay disciplined. If you need excitement, discipline will feel suffocating. If you need validation, discipline will feel empty. But if you want longevity, there is no alternative. Here's the final point. Listen carefully. Discipline doesn't become difficult when you're losing. It becomes difficult when you realize you're no longer needed. The system doesn't require your intuition. Your feelings don't matter. Your opinions are irrelevant. And that's exactly why it works. When traders say discipline is hard, what they mean is, I'm not the hero anymore. And that's the trade. Ego for consistency, identity for equity, expression for survival. Discipline keeps working only as long as you stop interfering. The moment you try to feel something from it again, it will break. Not because discipline failed, but because you reinserted yourself.